Hello wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. So today is about Norway. I spent 21 days there in May and I had an amazing experience. So in this video, I'm going to share some personal things I discovered during my trip. Things I honestly wish someone had told me earlier before I landed. So some of these tips will save you money, some will save you from stress, and a few might just blow your mind. So let's dive in. As soon as you arrive at any Norwegian airport, the shops you see around you are tax-free. So whatever you buy there comes at a cheaper price compared to outside. And it's a good chance to grab something essential, snacks, perfume, souvenirs, or even a few personal items without paying full cost. And the best part is you don't have to do anything special. Just pick what you want, pay, and that's it. The tax is already removed. So it's a nice little welcome, especially if you are trying to manage your budget. When it comes to language, honestly, it's no problem at all. Most Norwegians speak English really well. So you can walk into a shop, order in a cafe, ask for direction, or even have a casual chat and they'll respond like it's nothing. In fact, sometimes their English is so fluent, you forget you're in a non-English speaking country. And this makes traveling to Norway so much easier, especially if you don't speak a word of Norwegian. So before you get in, it will be a nice start to learn a few basic phrases like hi, that's hello in Norwegian, or tak for thank you. Getting along with these phrases will help you socialize easily, and moreover, it shows respect and locals do appreciate the effort, even if you switch back to English afterwards. You need to also prepare your wallet for higher prices throughout your trip because Norway isn't cheap. In fact, it's ranked around the 4th most expensive country in the world. So when you're planning your trip, you need to keep that in mind. The cost of food, accommodation, and transport can add up quickly. But if you plan your trip right, you can still enjoy Norway without overspending. If you are coming from the UK or somewhere like Spain, Poland, or Germany, you will definitely feel the price jump. So just be prepared. Norway has a higher standard of living, and the prices reflect that. Another thing that you will notice quickly in Norway is how they handle money. When it comes to cashless payment, Norway is basically cash free. You will need a solid international debit or credit card for your regular payments. And almost every shop and office uses POS terminal or cash machine. But the thing is, some places, especially for parking service, might request for only Vipps, and that's a Norwegian payment app, and you need a local ID number to use it. But as a tourist, you might not be able to pay at those places, so just be aware and plan ahead. For better exchange rate purposes, you can use Wise, Revolut, or Monzo, and that's a good option. Another thing you should know before you visit Norway is how they handle alcohol. So in Norway, buying alcohol works differently from many other countries. You can't just walk into any shop and buy whatever you want, because in the normal supermarkets, they only sell beer and cider up to 4.75%. Anything stronger, that won't be there. So if you want a stronger alcohol like wine, spirit, or stronger beer, you have to go to Monopoly. So this is a special government shop and they are the only ones allowed to sell strong alcohol. The good thing is Monopoly has branches all over the country, so you usually find one in every nearby city. Just keep in mind, the prices are high on purpose because of Norway's alcohol restrictions. And don't forget your ID, because you must be 18 and able to prove your age before they sell anything to you. So before you go for shopping for alcohol in Norway, it's good to know this system so you don't get surprised. One thing I really like about Norway is how easy it is to move around. Getting around Norway is really easy. Their public transport works well and goes everywhere, from the big cities to the smaller towns, and everything runs on time. So I use Google Maps and it helped me a lot. It shows you where the bus is, how long it will take, and the fastest way to get to your stop. There is also an official app called Inter, and it shows all the trains, buses, and ferries across all the country. Their trains are clean, spacious, and the views are amazing, and they are also very reliable. So just remember, the earlier you book your train tickets, the cheaper it is. So once you know your travel dates, go on and book as soon as you can. So you need to keep note of this. The things you buy on the train are very expensive. Most items cost almost double the price, so try to buy your snacks or drinks before you get on. Norway also has more than 50 domestic airports, so if you are traveling from one end of the country to the other, flying can actually be cheaper than taking the train. And when it comes to taxis, they are extremely expensive in Norway, so you need to always check the fare before you get in. So another thing that surprised me in Norway was how they treat their water. Before you even think of buying bottled water, let me tell you this. Tap water in Norway is on another level. It's fresh, safe, clean, and almost everyone in the country drinks straight from the tap without thinking twice, because the chance of getting sick from it is very small. And a lot of people even say Norway has some of the best tasting water in Europe. So if you are visiting Norway, you don't need to spend money on bottled water. Just fill your bottle anywhere and you are good to go, because it's one of the small things that makes traveling in Norway feel so refreshing. Something that really stood out to me in Norway was the way people interact. You know, once you start talking to them, Norwegians are actually very friendly, but it's not that kind of place where strangers just walk up to you and you start making conversations. They like their space and it's opposite of what you might be used to in your home country. So back home, when you say hi, people usually respond straight away and you can easily spark a conversation. But in Norway, it's a bit different. People there are more reserved. You might greet someone and they may not even respond. So don't get upset if it happens. They are not being rude at all. It's just just their culture. Norwegians like their personal space and they don't really greet strangers the way we do. So once you understand that, everything makes sense and you will enjoy your trip even more. There is one moment from my trip that caught me by surprise in the best way. So I was lucky enough to be in Oslo on May 17th. That's their constitutional day. And honestly, it turned into one of the most amazing moments of my whole trip. Norway got its independence from Denmark and later from Sweden. And this day is when they celebrate that freedom. So on this day, the whole city comes alive. You see parade, music, flags everywhere, and the people dressed in their Norwegian bunads. That's their beautiful traditional outfit. The atmosphere is so powerful, it almost overwhelms you in a good way. Security on that day is also very tight. You will see police officers at almost every corner of the areas where the celebrations are happening, just making sure everything goes smoothly. One of the highlights is what happens at the royal palace. The royal family comes out to greet everyone, and you will see thousands and thousands of school children marching and parading past the palace to salute them. Even their dog stands on the balcony with them. You can feel the pride, the joy, the community spirit, and I mean, you can feel it everywhere, and it's a beautiful moment you don't forget. So let's talk about budgeting when it comes to hotels in Norway. I noticed something that can actually save you a bit of money. Most of the hotels are part of a big chains, and the fun part is they all have free loyalty programs. So if you are staying for more than a night or two, you can pick up points, get a small discount, or even earn a free night later, and it doesn't cost anything to join. So honestly, why not? If you are trying to save money, look out for hotel-hostel hybrid places like City Box or Smart Hotel. These places are clean, simple, modern, and way cheaper than the usual hotel prices. You get your own private rooms, but without the extra things you don't really need, which help keep the cost low. And the other thing you should know, most hotels in Norway don't have air conditioning because the weather is cool almost the entire year, so they never needed AC. But if you are someone who gets warm easily or you are traveling in summer, make sure you check for AC before you book. It will save you stress later. Norway has good hotel options, but the trick is knowing where to look and what to expect. That way you can stay comfortable without overspending. In Norway, I also noticed how eating can empty your wallet before you even finish the menu because restaurant can be pricey. So if you are staying more than a few days, try to book a place with a kitchen. It will save you money and give you flexibility to make your own meals. So here is something I personally noticed. A lot of restaurants, especially the casual ones, are self-service or bar service. So you don't sit down waiting for a server. You usually go to the counter, place your order, and either grab a number or tell them your table. On ferries, you might even need to grab everything yourself. So just a heads up. One thing to keep in mind when you are in Norway is how Sundays work. You know, most shops and supermarkets are closed, so it's better to get everything you need on Saturday. Even the buses and other transport don't run on their own usual schedule. So it helps you to plan ahead so you are not caught off guard. And there is another thing I really love about Norway. You don't need deep pockets to enjoy this place. Even before we get into the free stuff, Norway has some incredible museums, especially in Oslo. You've got the Viking Ship Museum, the Kontiki Museum, Fram Museum, the National Museum, all packed with history and story that will blow your mind. So these ones have entrance fees, but trust me, they are worth it if you've got a little time to explore. Now for the free options, the Oslo City Hall is completely free. You can walk inside to see the artwork. The Armed Forces Museum and the Resistance Museum also don't charge anything. Some museums even have free entry days, mostly on Thursdays, so it's good to look that up before you go. Apart from museums, there are many nice free places you can enjoy. Bergen and Johelman are great for walking by the water and looking at the buildings and art. And of course, nature in Norway doesn't cost you anything. You can explore the fjords, beaches, lakes, forests, hiking trails, and even walk up to the roof of the Oslo Opera House for a nice view of the city. So even if Norway can be expensive, there are still plenty of things you can enjoy without paying. When it comes to your safety, Norway is one of the safest countries you can visit. But like any tourist destination, pickpocketing can happen, especially in places like Oslo or Bergen's market area. So keep your valuables out of sight and never leave things visible in your car. That said, you are probably safer in Norway than you are back home. That's what I wish I knew before going to Norway. Hopefully this helps you plan better, spend smarter, and enjoy more. So if you've been to Norway before, drop your tips in the comment section. If not, let me know what you are most excited about or what you are curious to learn. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with anyone planning a trip. Thanks for watching. I'm Yaw Obrane and I'll see you in the next one. My crowd.